Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we're going to be continuing One Piece, episodes 533 and 534. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/AJRich123, and let's go ahead and start. Easily.
抵抗すると双方怪我人を出す。おとなしく捕まるんじゃもん、ゾリ。ゾロだ。それ。
I mean, advantage to them. Well, a better advantage to them if they do that. She expanding the bubble with her, or just making bubbles. Well, that's a way to make an advantage. Oh, what the hell? That's smart on his end, because that is exactly what would happen. Though I still don't think it's gonna go the way he wants it to. But who knows? I mean, the guy could be pretty. He's got to be decently strong at least. God damn, Luffy. I just him saying I don't like you. They kind of went a little overboard. Oh, Jesus. Okay, ultra overboard. Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling the power difference was big, but yeah, this wasn't. None of these guys even had a. Yeah, they weren't anywhere near as strong as them. I think she forgot who that's gonna work on. I like how he just turns to rock star now, like on and off. Oh. So that's what happened. I mean, they may be more of a challenge. What, they need a new one or something? I don't know if it's worth untying him. Though, I mean, what can he do by himself?
Gotcha.
Can we get the name right? I love how he describes his own crewmates. Oh, so connection to Jinbei. Well, see, that should have been, everything should have been squashed right there then. See, that should change everything right there.
ルフィさんと一緒に新聞に載った人ですね。
海賊だけどこの島でも信頼のあるすごい人なんだよ。
ホーディと戦うな。もう一つ、海の森で待つ。
Don't fight Hordy? That's interesting. What, because of the pills?
海の森、ホーディ。
I would have thought, I don't know. I wasn't thinking they were that strong, but if Jinbei is saying don't fight him, and I mean the pills did make him strong, so
麦わらたちの船とクルーを見つけてほしい。了解しました。了解しました。了解しました。
I would listen to Jinbei.
やっぱ信じられない。信じられない。いや、信じられる。信じられないんじゃない？信じられないから何？
They all agree and disagree.
とうとう尻尾を出しやがった。麦わらの仲間が2人、マーメイドカフェの裏にいるらしい。今警備隊が。
Wait, what
こ
the?
の動物変身した。
Like sumo chopper?
関数ポイント。
That is new?
何が竜宮城へ来いだ。俺たちを捕まえる気だろう。
おい、お前ら。
Why did Chopper? I don't understand that form.
もういいだろ。
I mean, he can do kung fu.
ごめんなさい。やっぱりお城の皆様に大変なご迷惑を。こんなところに10年も閉じこもってたら、俺なら
I think
頭おかしい。
anybody would go crazy after 10 years.
海の森。
So where he has to go anyway, coincidentally.
なんで生きてえ場所言うだけで泣くんだ。ごめんなさい。勇気を振り絞
I mean, he did say he didn't like you.
特性やつだな。なんだ、すげえ音。シャー。
Though I have noticed Luffy definitely, I mean, he was always blunt, but like we saw like him being a little bit more straightforward with like Boa and like and stuff. He does seem to say more, I don't know, be even more direct, I guess, since the time skip.
おい、海賊たち。兵に代わって姫の安全を確かめてこい。
ああ、何の話だ。
おお、北東王者。お前たちすぐに行け。
Now they need their help.
なんで人質に命令されなきゃならん。
だったらお主ら開口の果てまで追い立てるぞ。つまりマーメイドプリンセス。
Yeah, you gotta go save the princess. There you go.
パンツ
Oh no.
見せて。
You ask her dad that? Or say that to her dad?
縛ったままで結構だ。私も連れて行ってくれ。この格闘は私の管轄。姫の身に何か起きては。あなた。さては。
Yeah. Want to see her panties too.
海の森にずっと行きたかったのです。10年間ずっとルフィ様、本当に私を連れ出してくださるのですか？ああ。
Well, there you go. But don't cry again.
すみません。嬉しくて。本当に泣き虫だなお前。弱虫だし。
プリンセス、ご無事ですか。おい、骸骨、塔の周りを見よ。人間の海賊たちが塔にぶつかる音だったのだ。
Human.
なんたる気候、人にあらず。
Was he throwing his crew at the door?
では、この侵入不可能の竜宮城に敵兵が送り込まれたというわけか。
Haven't you been saying that everybody's in danger already?
攻撃の音はやんだな。行くぞ、弱虫。はい、お願いします、メガロ。
I think they're in the bigger danger. Oh, going inside. Jesus. Inside the shark. That's definitely a Luffy idea. How the hell is the shark fitting her in there? Like, that was not the idea I was thinking, but that is definitely a Luffy thing. you could still see her in the shark, but like the shark was decently smaller, so I'm just surprised she could fit in there. That's hilarious. But I also like that the guy's throwing, like, from the Flying Dutchman, he's throwing his entire crew all the way over there. That's what it seemed like anyway, instead of the swords and knives. Maybe the mark thing, you could, whatever he throws will literally go to her. So actually, you could use that to your advantage and go far distances if you really wanted to, or go back somewhere, wherever she is. But if he could do that to anything, you could target a spot and be like, okay, I'm going to come back here at some point. So, or I want to bring something that way. I'm going to mark it and then I'm going to send it like thousands of miles. That's like instant travel right there. I mean, you might get hurt. Whoever you're throwing might get hurt in the process, but I mean, that's the danger of it. Oh, so he found some family of Toms. Oh, his brother. Okay. Oh yeah, that's kind of important too. Find the ship. You hope anyway. You don't get lost. I guess they didn't see any of that happening, so they probably think they're captured, or she's captured. Oh. And they're not completely knocked out. Oh yeah, they're teamed up. So Hordy and them, yeah. So they must have sent like both of their crews or both of their people. Okay, now that's making a lot more sense. Okay, so what they decided to do here, I guess I actually brain farted a bit because they're obviously not fishmen. They're the regular pirate crews. So the pirate crews that got captured or whatever, or like taken advantage of or whatever, or had to join their crew forcibly, that's why they were sent there. They're probably, you know, they have to do what they're told, so they're the pawns that are going to get sent like that. They're not going to send their main crew through that dangerous process. Well, now we know that. Made his way from the hospital. There's obviously like some respect there. And more alcohol. Arlong and Hachi and all them had connections with everybody. Ran into them at one point.
気がなえるじゃないですか、ハチ。
And he's gonna take as many steroids as possible to do what he wants.
実は元アーロン一味の俺に友達と言ってくれた。
お前ら三人とももう俺の友達だ。
I mean, there's no way Hachi would forget what Luffy did for him.
あんたにはもう幻滅だよ。ロックオンだ、ハチ。どこに投げてんだ？ついさっき俺が触れた時から、お前は俺の的となった。
Oh, so now he can throw anything at him.
という的を目指す。
So he can mark who I like multiple people at one time. I was actually under the impression that he could only maybe mark one person or maybe had a limit or something, but
おめえの能力なら噂で知ってる。これは対等な海賊同盟なんです。第一、お前はもう目障りなんだよ。
well, now he has the same issue as the princess has. That mark thing is kind of a pain in the ass. I guess you have to kill him to get rid of it. Or maybe he can, like, unmark you. Oh. Well, shit. He just can't help getting hurt constantly now. Jesus. He's gonna have to go back to the hospital. I really like Hachi. He was even going there to try to help. I mean, still help Luffy and all them. I can have 2 marks, 1 for each palm. That's what it is. Okay, now that explains it a lot better. I was gonna say, I was like, that's kind of OP if you could mark. That's why I thought he put the glove on in the first place when he shook the hand. An episode or 2 ago. That's why my assumption was, okay, you don't want to. You can only do it once. He marked the princess, so he has 2 marks. Then okay, so I guess Hachi was worth it for him to mark another person. Okay, that limits it a lot. That's at least it's not as OP as I thought. He couldn't just mark a million people.
さて、人間の海賊なる竜宮城だが、10年間そこへ侵入物を投げ込み続けた。
And that's why, probably part of the reason why they're teaming up in the first place. Because he's the main part of this plan for them. Being able to get them in.
お前らが侵入物となりデッケンに投げられ、そして竜宮城の内部から門を開き、俺たちを迎え入れるのがお前らの人間の軽い命を使う。
They're using them as pretty much cannon fodder.
奴隷以下の価値だ。今、シャボンの外へ出してやる。下等種族ども。そんなシャボンの外に出たら。
And that's how they all got over there. But how many of them actually survived or didn't? We saw a bunch of them make it, but was there ones that didn't quite make it?
待て、通路を開かねえと。俺たちはつまり人魚姫さ。おられるがどうした？じゃあ行く。死んでも。
That gave him enough. He said, if she's beautiful, you'll die. That changes everything. Now everybody's a threat. I mean, now it's gonna look like you did.
やっちまったのはしょうがねえだろ
やっちまう前に考えろよ。
おめえも半分やっちまったろ。
I mean,
カンフーで
that's hard for Sanji if he's thinking of someone really hot. Or just hearing the voice. Ooh. Well,
おいハチ
you're a doctor, so
麦わらはいるか。
ここにはいねえよ。ちょっと待ってろ。すぐ手当てするから。
仲間たちを魚人海賊団が攻め込んでくる。竜宮王国は崩壊するんだ。
probably, you know, part of the vision that was seen. It's all because of this. They don't know that Luffy just took her out so they can go on a walk.
なんで今なんだ。俺たちも籠城中の敵将。俺たちが生き残るためにはどんなことしても OK なもんを。
Oh, they actually got up?
どうだ。
That shark is gonna explode or something.
私とても冒険というのでしょうか。
ああ。
And Luffy would know adventures.
それなんだ。面白いもんなのか。
お墓です。
A graveyard, huh? And that's where Jinbei wants to meet Luffy.
もう10年か。魚人島を騒然とさせたあの白昼の暗殺事件。あんたの理想を忘れちゃおりませんよ。乙姫を。
Something happened to the queen 10 years ago. That's I mean, that got her killed, but that's really interesting. Jinbei, like, I guess Jinbei wants to meet Luffy there, maybe talk about it or something. Something I've noticed about this arc in particular, and I think it's probably the downside of having such like a big threat, you know, couple arcs before, you know, last arc before and stuff, and just how much, well, I think it also helps that like how everybody got kind of a strength boost by the time skip. The stakes feel lower, and not that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just it feels like there's not really too big of a threat right now. But it also, the only thing I could like, the only person that seems like a threat to me right now is Horty and like those pills. But maybe anybody could take those pills and be pretty. I mean, well, they already talked about how, you know, it what, double strength or whatever for each pill you take, or whatever the case. So I guess if everybody was taking a bunch of the pills like that, maybe it could be a threat, or they could be a bigger threat. And I guess the vision could be a little bit scary because, that, you know, the place, the fire and everything, maybe everything is I don't know. I guess I just feel less stakes in this arc than the last, but I think that's normal. Not, like I said, I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I just, like, I kind of laughed off a few of the people. Like, obviously the random, like, you know, the random pirates that are kind of being taken advantage of and stuff, or like even some of the fishmen and the other group, they don't seem that threatening. I thought that Mark thing was more OP than it actually ended up being. I mean, it still is, but he can only have 2 targets, but that is still pretty OP, and you can still throw people and transport them to wherever they're at. So now you have 2 targets where you could go like that. I mean, I guess it's still OP. It's just you'd have to pick and choose. I guess, you know what? I'm now this is just clicking in my head. If he actually would just get rid of, like, stop caring about like tracking the princess at all, he could just because he can unmark it, right? It's whatever he touches, so he could unmark and mark to wherever he wanted. So even though he only has 2, he could do that constantly. You could use it as a teleport, like a teleport system of sending people, like transportation and sending people or whatever, and he could switch it whenever he wanted. He's probably not using it as best as he could if he was willing to use both of his hands and switch it constantly. It would be a little bit better. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, smash that like button, hit that notification bell. You can also check out these episodes early and uncut over on patreon.com/AJRich123. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.